Welcome back to RollerCoaster Tycoon World. This is the second part of the series that I just started just the other day, and we are literally building a park and reviewing it and kind of exploring the game all as we go along. Just a super quick apology, my audio for some reason on my mic messed up pretty bad when I was recording this. I fixed it for next time and it kind of half fixed itself halfway through, so if you hear a little bit of a crackle and some static, I apologise, but seeing as I built it all and then saved it and then didn't check the audio like an idiot, I thought I'd do it anyway as an episode just because I didn't want you to miss out on what I did. Firstly, a massive thank you so much to all the support and all the really good comments that I got on Reddit and on YouTube from the first episode. It's blown up way more than I thought it would, and to get 200 views in the first 12 hours of the video going live is pretty amazing, so thank you so much. Of course, this is totally an interactive project, and any comments, tricks, tips, or anything you think I should or shouldn't be doing, please do chuck them down in the comments. I would love to hear. I will read them all, and we will definitely do this together. Now, I did have a little trouble getting back into the game. For those who have also been having troubles, you may have heard of the black screen glitch. And every time I load up the game, for some reason it just kept going to a black screen. I tried troubleshooting lots of different things, but for me, all it took was a reboot of the computer, verifying the game cache in Steam, and relaunching the game as administrator. Hopefully those tips are borderline helpful if you are experiencing some similar situations, although there is a pretty detailed guide which I'll leave a link to in the description down below, which is pretty good actually, and pretty much covers all bases of issues you may be experiencing with the game. Obviously there's been quite a large amount of feedback to the developers of the game, especially surrounding whether the project should continue. Also, there's a large competitor dropping a huge competing title in about 4 days time as of the recording date of this video, which I'm sure you all know. So that's obviously something I'm going to be looking at too. That is of course Planet Coaster, which I will definitely getting involved with. For me, RollerCoaster Tycoon isn't dead, and there is a lot of potential here, and I think people need to give it a little bit of a chance. So maybe my opinion will change towards the end of the series when it all starts going wrong, I don't know. But we'll find out, Anyway, this is part 2 of the series. Hope you enjoy. Okay, so having assessed the area a little bit more, I was going to build a roller coaster here, but I'm kind of around the idea now of developing this into a big lake and having a path run circular around that. I don't know, I like the thought of that being like a big centerpiece. Maybe we'll put something in the middle of the lake, maybe a water ride or something, and maybe have the roller coaster in the mountains over here in the background. I think that would look a little bit better for the entrance, just to kind of give it some perspective. I was noticing as you're kind of down here, maybe clear out some of these trees actually so you can see a bit more of the lake, and then in the distance you'll hopefully see the roller coaster above the mountains, which I think would look pretty cool. Okay, so let's build this out here. And let's try and replicate it here. That's not good. Okay, that's a little bit better. I like that. Now, one of the things that I noticed here actually is that because I've connected into this part, it's actually changed that section of the path to the path that I've just created, which is concrete, in comparison to this kind of cobblestone effect here. Whilst that is cool, you don't have any control over it. So the same kind of thing has happened here. It's gone all the way up to the edge when I would have liked it to stop there. And lastly, over here, it hasn't. It's just become a bit of an extension. So it does look a little bit random. That's just a small observation, probably something that will be addressed. But I think in the big scheme of things, it's not really an issue at the moment. So there's no kind of upgrade or anything for the path so you can't kind of change its colour. I imagine the only way to do this would be to delete it and then put it in, which again, one could argue is a tad of an oversight. Okay, so let's start making this lake area. I'm going to put like a little fenced area around here, so that kind of fences it off. Probably put some kind of fence around this path as well. So this is the Terraform tool. Now you've got raise, lower, flatten, smooth, paint, and of course the water tool. So raise is just your standard, bring it up. Lower is your standard, bring it down. Flatten kind of flattens the whole area over, so if you've made a mistake, click where you want it to match first and drag into it, and that'll flatten that out. Smooth kind of essentially smooths out the area. So if you've got kind of like a harsh, rugged kind of lift in the terrain, it will kind of flatten the top out and smooth it over a little bit. You've also got these kind of different brushes as well, so you can kind of make random bumps in the floor and rifts as well, which is kind of cool for making jagged kind of looking terrain, which I imagine probably I'll lower it first and then add some rifts to it to make it kind of bottom of a lake. Okay, so let's just dive in. We'll start flattening this out. Now one thing that's quite nice is it does stick to the path, so it's not going to start dragging underneath the pathway or anything like that, which I suppose is good in this scenario, but if you wanted to create a bridge maybe with the pathway, it's probably not going to work that way. Okay, so we'll just start bringing this down. I'm kind of doing this unevenly. I don't want to create like a perfect kind of edge or anything. I kind of want it to be a bit jagged and a bit strange. Okay, we're going quite low and water's actually starting to naturally appear now, so let's add some of this. Okay, so that's hollowed out quite nicely. So we click our water tool and we are literally just splashing in great big drops of water. So we fill this up to the level we want. There we go. Perfect. That looks nice. That looks nice. Now obviously at this point what I'm going to do is paint the floor. Even though you won't be able to see it, you kind of still can. But I want to paint this kind of rocky kind of texture and smoothen out the edges of the lake there, because as you can see, otherwise it's going to leave grass around the edge, which isn't really what it looks like. So let me just kind of rock out this bit around here. Okay, that looks cool. And we'll probably sand the sort of bank up a little bit here. That's a bit harsh, isn't it? Let's turn that down. As you can see, I'm just trying to get the edges because I don't want it to look too sort of harsh. Up there. Cool. That looks really nice. Joe, I might change this whole area to a sandy kind. Yeah, screw it. Let's make this a little beach area. We'll run it under the path because you won't see it anyway, so that's fine. There we go. Nice. Looks nice. It does look a bit strange actually, these jagged edges. I might lift that up a bit. In fact, let's give the smooth brush a little go. I'm not really sure what that is achieving actually. I guess it doesn't look as jagged. No, it does. It does. Okay, well, you know what? That'll be fine. That'll be fine. Okay, so up until this point, I've been pretty defensive of the scenery, and I've said a lot of nice things about RollerCoaster Tycoon. One thing that's just about to really let it down right here is the fences. Now, visually, there is nothing wrong with the fences, and the designs are really good. There's so much you can do, and you can kind of customize them, so you can like stick one here, for example. Then add on a post, and you get the idea. Or you can just, you know, build along. But there is a problem. I want to build a fence to kind of run alongside this path, which is curved. Now, I've looked extensively through this. I've really looked into this. I've looked into the forum. I've looked at instruction manuals. There is no good way to do this other than to literally rotate and snap each piece down. Now I'm going to have to take off the grid, which means nothing's going to line up perfectly because it's the only way to do this. So I'm literally going to have to painstakingly sit here and place each part manually around this lake. Which is starting to annoy me already. So what I'll do, I'll get this done and then we'll come back, because there's no way I'm going to put you guys through 6 hours of me swearing to myself. And we are nearly there. That's going to be annoying. That's probably going to be the best thing I can do, and just put that there. Kind of looks like a little barrier. No, that's not too bad. That looks like a staff entry gate or something. So as you can see, I painstakingly put down every link fence and made it all line up perfectly with each other as well. So it's all kind of... ignore that bit. So it's all kind of like in a line, and obviously that is to stop people from falling in, because safety is the most important thing to the guests in the park. Yeah, bit of a laborious process. That could do with some help. Definitely in the future with being decided. Now I've put that down though, it does look a lot better. So what I want to do now is kind of decorate this beach a little bit. Probably put down some stones. Probably would be the best kind of thing to do here. So I thought if we kind of randomize them up and put like little rock formations, if you will. Just kind of dot these around. Yeah, I think that looks nice. Cool. And we can probably... I'm not sure if we can really put anything there. Maybe we could put a couple sticking out of the water if they don't look too random. No, see, that looks just a bit strange, to be honest. Let's get rid of that. No, that's alright. I was thinking of maybe putting some kind of... yeah, this kind of... plant maybe around the edge, something like that. These again look a bit random, don't they? I suppose actually lilies. That looks good. So there's just kind of like a little selection of plants growing around the edge. I think would look quite good. I don't want it to look too kind of man-made, like that there's just nothing there. I want it to look quite natural. So I'm just trying to kind of pad it out a little bit. So I think that'll do for this area anyway. And we'll dwarf that with some bushes. It does look a tad random, but that's okay. And then we'll put a couple of rocks here, I think, actually, would look quite nice. There we go. Yeah, I think that looks kind of nice, actually. Okay, so that's fine. So then, round here, I want to kind of put these little bamboo lights kind of every... Let's go with every 3 fences. And I want those to kind of illuminate the lake, so it kind of looks quite nice at night. One of the cool things that I'd really like them to do is introduce some kind of fireworks or something into the game. A lot of theme parks do fireworks. Obviously, Disney is one of the most famous fireworks in the world. But if we could, like, maybe set up some kind of firework display or something across the lake, I think that would look really cool. I know it's just scenery, 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 but I think the scenery part's kind of really important, so we can kind of lay down the entranceway to the park, and the more we've got that down, the more we can just kind of go wild a little bit with everything else. So there, that looks really nice. I don't know if that's too many actually, but it's done now, so that's alright. And on the other side we can put some benches. I like these, they don't look western, so yeah, actually, I'm not going to do that, just because that really would get in my nerves, having a pole right, slap bang in the middle of my viewing. Again, this doesn't really have to be perfect, it's just... I don't want to spend sort of hours making this look so perfect, because, I mean, the thing is, like, theme parks, they're not, you know, everything's not snapped to a grid, is it? Everything kind of gets placed randomly, and that's what I kind of want to achieve. So I don't know what to do about these bins though. Let's put a bin every kind of couple. I don't want to be sort of super intrusive with the bins. I don't want the place to smell, but then I don't want people dropping crap everywhere either, so just getting that balance, you know. Yeah, that looks, I like that. That looks really cool. Really cool. So I had a bit of a last minute thought actually, and I'm probably, yeah, I'm going to go through with it. So I'm just going to sort of flatten this little area out here. Ah, that's going to flood everything now, isn't it? Just like that. Whoops. Alright, let's see if we can get rid of that water. That's a little bit better. And we'll smooth out the kind of edges here. And that's nice. And we will look at some of these. I was looking at these, so at first I was going to stick that kind of here in the middle, but then I saw this, and this looks really cool. Adventure Ruins. So I think I'm going to make some room for this actually, so let's get this out of the way. Now, deleting trees and stuff. I remember... Didn't want to do that, did I? No. You may remember I said at the beginning, deleting trees can be a bit tricky. Well, here it is. Look, I mean, all the way up that bark until there. I mean, very frustrating. And time consuming, to be honest, which is the other part of it. What would be really useful as well, I've said this right off the bat, and I really do kind of think that they should look into it, is if I am placing a big item like this and there's 2 or 3 trees that are kind of just getting in the way. It would be handy if the game just kind of auto-deleted those trees and moved them out of the way. Even if, I mean, it did that in previous RollerCoaster Tycoon games, and it would be really handy if it could just, you know, delete that out of the way and just let me know. Anyway, that looks really cool. That looks really good, actually. Let's. There was a couple more I wanted to kind of put down. Let's put one of those there. And a little treasure trove there. That looks really nice. I like that. Let me put this facade back in. I don't want anyone to be kind of taken... Did I put that the wrong way around? I don't think it really matters. Nah, that'll be fine. Let's add the facade back in. And that thing is now in the way. That is so annoying. Let's put it this way around. That looks really nice. There we go. Yeah. I like that a lot. Cool. And that looks perfect, actually, because that covers up just perfect. Those bits kind of look in with the theme of what's in front. In fact, that looks really good from there, doesn't it? Really happy with that. Okay, so this is our kind of main lake. I was going to put some kind of food place here. And then probably put some kind of food place. That one's a bit too far over. We could probably move this, actually. Shall we? Shall we? Okay, so the only way around it, I had to delete the path. I had to delete the building piece by piece. And then the individual bits got stuck in the middle. So I had to ungroup them, then back out of the game completely. And luckily, I've loaded it back up, and it seems to have rectified itself. But that is nothing than sheer luck. That appears to be a big bug. I now can't draw this path back up, which is also annoying. Although I appear to have just fixed that problem that I had with the green path. So that's something, I suppose. Let's put this back on. Let's delete that, and let's see if we can run it off here. Just missed it. It's all right. We'll get it. We'll get it. Don't panic. That is close enough. Okay, so let's start with here. I'm gonna put down. What would suit? So if we're going Mexican themed, let's put down tacos. Okay, so I can foresee the next problem already. That won't snap to that. No. People can't get to that. So I might have to put it on the back part here. Oh, they've got themed versions. Oh, that's not too bad. Alright, we'll do that. So they've added to the game quality. Which means obviously you can change the quality of the food and also the price. Now that seems really high to me. Let's bring that down. I mean, that still seems really high, but... So there's our taco stand. I don't want to be that guy, but we might have to put drinks over here. And let's bring that down. to it? $4 for a can of soda. And it's only medium quality soda. Wow. Okay, fine. So both of these things are plopped. Hopefully people will see those as they come in. I guess we'll eventually block these areas up, which means everything I did before was a complete waste of time. Okay, so that kind of gives them somewhere to eat as you walk around the lake. Depending on which way you go, you can either help yourself to a drink or you can have a taco. Why those two things aren't combined, I don't know, but never mind. Anyway, that's the lake. I'm probably going to leave it there. At least this bit's all done now, and that kind of looks nice. We'll theme around the edges and put some scenery around the edges as we work out what we're going to do with the area. Probably block this off and probably block that off with some scenery. I've probably got moved that back over there now just to fit this path down the side. So that was probably a poor choice of movement, but never mind. So I'll see you in the next episode. Cheers.